Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. This one's obviously going to be my entry into the Unified Scale Auto content creators on the YouTubes, or USACC as I'll call it from now on, because I'm not saying that every time. In all fairness, this day has come a little bit too quickly. Completely forgot about it. Yeah, I completely forgot about it. I had another video ready to upload on the Torino tonight, and then I just started seeing everybody's entry videos coming up on my notifications. So yeah, I mean, before we get into that, I do want to just do another quick shop card shout out for Paul over at Left Coast Customs. It dropped me an email the other week and kindly said he wanted to send me a shop card, which I was very grateful for. And it came the other week, or came last week, whenever it was. And I did drop Paul an email, said I'll put it into the next video. So that was going to be, that's right at the beginning of the Torino video, so I'll probably reshoot that a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I was so pleased to get another shop card, especially from someone like Paul, who is a really, again, another talented builder out there. He does amazing paint work. As you can see from his shop card, he covers all sort of eras and genres of model cars and what have you. And he did put some really nice words on the back, and thank you ever so much, Paul. I think Paul's relatively new, to be quite honest, to YouTube, but he's far exceeded my subs, and there's no wonder really, because he's really hard worker for putting stuff out on YouTube. He's always got content out there, and he truly deserves to get more subs as well. So please go over and check out his channel. I will be putting a link into the description for Paul's channel. But go over, and if you haven't checked him out already, please do so, because as you can see from his shop card, the builds they do is just phenomenal. So I think you'd really enjoy the content there. So without further ado, go over there and check him out. But yeah, I'll get on to subjects in hand now, but thanks again, Paul. Really appreciate that, buddy. But yeah, back onto the subjects. Matthew's obviously picked this one for the USACC Group Build, and yeah, with good reason. But I must admit, it was another 1/24th kit, and I do find it hard to get inspired with 1/24th, but at the same time, the last year's was a 1/24th kit, and I managed to do something nice with that. And and to be quite fair, that's probably my favourite build I've ever done, is that one. Just because it was being part of something, and to be quite honest, I did really work hard on that to get everything looking right, and I was so chuffed with that. So even though I'm not a great fan of 1/24th, to say that my favourite built kit, which I've done, is 1/24th, then it just goes to show that, scale doesn't always matter. It's what you do with them. And yeah, I mean, I did really struggle, to be quite fair, as soon as I heard this was going to be the chosen kit. I was struggling to think what could I do with this, and then about half an hour later, I just decided that I was going to continue a project, which I'd started on an AMT 53. This is obviously the 55, and you would have seen it in the thumbnail. The car we're doing, we're going to do Otto Rhode's 53. A replica of Otto Rhode's 53 Ford Custom, the Mountain Pearl. I thought it was probably the nicest looking custom 53 to 55 truck that I'd seen, to be quite honest, and I'd always loved that car. But I mean, I am going to go into showing you this kit because everybody else is showing it. You probably have a load of unboxings on it, so in all fairness, that can just go to the side for a bit. But yeah, like I say, I did start this project many years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and I started to get the base sort of lines. I'll just take them Chrysler headlamps out for now, but I think they're just loosely placed in there. Surprised they stayed in there all these years, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, I started doing the rough cuts and what have you. I got the roof chopped, and I started canting the front fenders, rolling the front fenders in, and doing some work around the front edge and what have you. In all fairness, I didn't get very far with it, and I think what kind of, it didn't kill the project for me. I mean, it's obviously years later and it's still in the same condition, but I just chopped the roof a little bit too low on the back, and I knew the very next job I wanted to do, or I had to do, was just unchop that roof and just lift it up a little bit, put a bit of styrene in there, and get that looking a little bit more level for my eye. But it just sloped. I mean, I could have filled it level and might have got away with it, but I wanted to do it properly. So yeah, next job was I just needed to unchop the back and put a bit of styrene in there just to give it a bit more height. But yeah, I started a bit of work on the front end, and in all fairness, it just looks like tubing round here. But when you look at the real car when it was being built, it looked like they bent some scaffolding bar or something, and then started forming it round here. I mean, when you look at some of the pictures online during the build, there was some really sketchy patchwork everywhere as they did back then. But I always thought that was a really nice truck and what have you, and I will take the body out just to see I mean, I had to go and buy this thing. God, I had to grit my teeth as I was spending my money on that. But so yeah, I mean, there's obviously going to be a size difference, a scale difference, and what have you, between the 50 AMT and the AMT and the monogram. It's considerably chunkier. Obviously, this is 125th and that's 124th. But I thought I did think I was copping out a little bit doing this project, just because it's everybody will be doing their own ideas and what have you, and I'm just doing another replica of somebody else's idea, or somebody else's build of a real car. But at the same time, I think I've set myself a really unenviable challenge with this one, because there's a lot of bodywork that needs to go into this. Obviously, we've got to chop the roof on this one and start rolling the fenders, and there's a lot of work on the front end. And I think what makes it more difficult in 1/24 scale is for the fact that there's just not the parts there. For somebody like me, I mean, I'm not massively into 3D print stuff and aftermarket and modern kind of wheels and what have you, and we just don't have the access to that amount of stuff that you guys in the US have. So are a little bit restricted, and everything's going to have to be pretty much hand built. They even like the things like the Chrysler 300, the Chrysler 300 headlamps, which I've got for this one. They're just going to be far too small for a 1/24th kit. So we're going to end up having to scratch build things like the headlamp pods, and the grille would have had to have been scratch built on this one anyway. But yeah, there is a lot of work in it, and I'm hoping people don't think it's cop out, because I'm just sort of replicating something or trying to recreate something. I'll never say replicate on my builds, because I don't think they're close enough, even though I do try my hardest. But so yeah, I mean, I think that's the direction we're going. And in all fairness, I thought, you know, my collection, if you watch back and watch them videos, my collection is very, very organised and pretty much know where everything is, except for parts. You know, I've just got so many boxes of parts that, you know, I do try and look for parts for people. I found some bits and pieces for one of my friends in the community, and meant to send some of them off on Wednesday, but just got a little bit delayed with work and what have you. So if you're watching this and you know you are, then yeah, I'll get them out in the morning. And I have found a couple more bits that you did ask for. So, but yeah, it's just so yeah, I am pretty organised. But before I started the channel, I thought, oh, this would be a nice project to finish off on the channel. And I always thought it was in a MPC flip nose box I had, and I just had it up on the shelf, and I walked past it for years thinking it was in there. And just before I started the channel, or maybe a year ago something, when I was thinking about doing the channel, then I opened that box, and inside was a brand new unstarted MPC flip nose, and I had no idea where this was. I honestly thought that what I'd done is I'd sent the wrong. I've sold the kit, the flip nose, on eBay. Sent the wrong kit with and not checked inside the box. Not something I don't generally do, but yeah, I thought somebody had got this and another pickup which was in that, and was, rather than complain, was happy with receiving a couple of nice started projects. And so yeah, I thought it was done and dusted, that one. And then after I filmed that last video, I was just looking through stuff, and I couldn't remember having two of these kits still. And you know, I've got all, like, loads of bits I was saving for the projects and what have you. And again, I don't think any of it's going to be usable. My friend Lee, he sent when I started building this years ago, he sent me a couple of bits and pieces, like some 58 Impala tail lights and stuff like that, or grill inserts. I can't remember, but they're in a bag in there. But again, I don't think I'm going to be able to use much of it. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see if I can actually pull this off, to be quite fair. And all, you know, from today, we've only got 3 months. I had it in my head that it ended in February, but obviously that was because of Mark's incident last year, which gave him a bit of extension, and I think that's what prompted me to actually join and get that thing done in 6 weeks. But you know, we've only got 3 months from today. I've got to finish off the Torino. I'm desperate to get that thing off my bench now, to be quite honest with you, and just getting that into paint. But I just haven't had the time, so I've got to get that thing finished off. I've got the 65 Galaxy projects that at the very latest I have to have that finished by the 31st of December, because that was for the Blue Ox Model Shop Group Build, and I do want to get that one finished. So to fit those in, and maybe another I mean, I don't think I'm going to get another project in. I think once I've done them two, I think I'm going to be absolutely full on this one. You know, we've got to give it a nice pearl paint job, and I'll take it as far as I can. We're trying to make it as close as possible, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I think that said, half of that, you know, people who don't know what truck I'm talking about, that was just a load of rubbish for 15 minutes. But yeah, I'm trying to talk over Kat right now, because she's obviously got a toy meowing her head off outside in corridors. But yeah, I mean, quite looking forward to it, to be quite honest with you. I really enjoyed the USACC Group Builds. Again, it was one of the main reasons I wanted to join the YouTube community and get in with all that. So I would like to say I was really pleased with last year's, and hopefully we can make something equally as good as that. And in all fairness, he'll give me something to display with it, because that it doesn't really look right next to too many 125th kits, doesn't that? So, but yeah, I mean, I'm quite looking forward to another monogram kit. Strangely enough, like I say, it's the whole point of these group builds is probably to get you doing stuff you wouldn't usually do. I would have never bought that kit in a million years, to be quite fair. I had a couple earlier on in the year, a couple of the bootlegger ones, and sold them straight away. Didn't even think about keeping them. So this is what I'm left over with. Again, that's the one which I'm going to be doing. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody else's videos. And we will probably see you at the weekend on Sunday, because I've still got another video to upload for the Torino, so I'll save that till Sunday now. Again, once again, thank you to Paul at Left Coast Customs. Really appreciate that, buddy. And thank you ever so much for sending that over. Once I get me around to a bit more spare time in my life, I will try and get something together to start repaying you guys for sending me really nice shop cards like that. It means the world to me. So yeah, whatever you're doing for the rest of the evening, I hope you have a good one. Hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you on Sunday. Okay, see you, bye.